Guys, welcome to the Wednesday Cardone University Mastermind. My name is Steve Sprague, coming to you live from the 305 every single Wednesday. Guys, we come to you live here so that way we can help you understand how to use Grant Cardone sales training, particularly Cardone University, Cardone On Demand users, and how to be successful with it. So what we also do, we talk about sales strategies here every single week. So if this is your first time joining in, welcome. What we want to do today is make sure that if you have an opportunity to call in, go ahead and do it because we're handling questions today. The number to call in is going to be 305-865-8668. That number again, 305-865-8668. So got a lot going on over here. For you, I hope the exact same thing is going on as well. And so today's main topic, like we typically will focus around one main topic for the day and then handle salespeople's troubles as they call in with different challenges they may be facing with. But today I want to talk about one of the questions that I always get. And, people always call me up and they're always asking me, hey, what does your schedule look like? What are you doing? What is a top producer for Grant Cardone? What does his schedule look like? And how does he actually maximize his day to get the most out of every single minute, every single second that's even available to be able to help them produce at levels that would be high enough to get you guys where you want to be? For most, that's top 1% of earners in this country. So that's what we're going to talk about today. For you, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about a schedule that you can put together yourself and how to use Grant Cardone's power schedule to be able to maximize your day. Okay, we all got the same hours, man. Grant Cardone's got the exact same 24 hours that I have. I've got the same 24 hours that you have. And so what I want to do is share with you what Grant says, hey, here's what you want to do. Here's how you want to jam pack your calendar the right way. And so that way you're not running around actually just doing a bunch of things that you may feel like is productive, but at the end of the day, you look back, you're like, man, I didn't really get anything done. I mean, I was busy, but I didn't get anything done. And so what I want to talk about today is Grant Cardone's power schedule, and so how you can maximize it. If you guys want to call in, the number 305-865-8668. Call in with questions, objections, problems, anything. I'd love to hear something good today, anything that's causing you trouble in your business. But the first thing I want to talk about before we dive into power schedules is $10,000 that you are available to win right now. So Grant is actually giving away $10,000 on his Instagram right now. So if you go to @Grant Cardone on Instagram, he's got a $10,000 opportunity, man. It's really simple. Get over there. You want to make sure you throw your name in the hat for the $10,000 to make sure you got the opportunity to get some of that cheddar. Okay, so guys, today what I want to go through is just a couple quick testimonials from people who are doing well with the program. So if you catch on to something that you hear and you're like, dang, you know what? I wish my team was doing that right now. Give us a call. That way we can help you individually as a manager, a salesperson, or even if you're a business owner and you're thinking about, man, I wonder what it would be like to have Grant Cardone's training and support for my sales team. And so I've got a couple groups in here. And so as you know, we work with a ton of people in automotive. I mean, we're the number one automotive sales trainer out there. We also work with companies in all different types of businesses, whether it's B2B type sales, direct sales, retail sales. We've got a lot of different training that you'll find. And so I want to share a couple different testimonials that we've had just from people recently. I mean, this came the last week. I had Jeremiah. Now, this is from a big automotive group, one of the top automotive groups in the entire country that we work with. He says, I'll be honest, I was a skeptic at first, but I like the training. Since the training started, the team has become much more effective in their day-to-day activity, and we've seen the time it takes to close a deal shorten by 25%. It takes about 45 to 60 minutes less to close a deal. So I got a sales manager for one of the top dealer groups in the entire country saying, hey, look, man, we were at the top and we teamed up with Grant Cardone to be able to help maximize our time in deals. So that way we could, number one, help more people, get more deals done, and two, get them through the process quicker. Man, we save 45 to 60 minutes in closing deals. And so what I'm going to talk about today is probably some of the things his people had picked up right from the beginning inside the Cardone University program. So the power schedule was designed because Grant says, hey, listen, you want to put less white space on your calendar. You want to be able to have a calendar that's so jam-packed. Like for me, I don't even have a minute or two to waste all day long. Everything is just tight. I keep everything tight. I know that if I got white space there, something is going to fill in there. Something is actually going to fill in that void right there. It's actually going to swoop in. So if I actually have white space, something's going to come in there. So if you find yourself not being productive and you find yourself like, even when you're at home, if you're just sitting there, did you always find something to do? And it's never something that's productive. Never gets you a deal, never improves your life. And so I want to show you a few things. So John's going to show my computer here real quick. In under selling basics, this is one of the first things that Grant talks about. He says, listen, come down here. I'm going to teach you about time. Okay, it says controlling time is one of the most important skills of the productive professional. Learn how to control time. So when you go inside here, these categories are actually going to break down an understanding of time itself. So how to basically use every moment to sell. You know, lunch opportunities. Grant's got a great idea behind, hey, how to be more successful in not just lunch opportunities, but when I'm out in the marketplace, how do I actually start capitalizing? And so you'll see this, you'll see Grant take all the white space off his calendar. And this came from some of the lunch opportunity training that you see right there, where he says, hey, look, if I'm gonna go into a city right now, I'm gonna go to see 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So I set up one meeting, but then I work all my meetings around that. I'm going to build a power schedule. I'm going to create time. So most people, they'll set up one meeting and then they'll come home at the end of the day. They're like, oh man, that was such a good meeting. I had a great meeting. Dude, you had one meeting. Okay. You can't rely on one of anything. You rely on one of anything and see what that gets you. Okay. You need to throw some opportunities in there. That way, if something goes wrong with that deal, if you had an appointment and that sale didn't take place, or maybe it's going to take a little bit longer for you to get done, you need to have like 2 or 3 or 4 extra meetings set inside there. So you want to start wrapping meetings around the one that you have set up. So when we come back to this topic right here, I'm going to answer some questions. I'm going to give you guys some information about what you need to do to really change up your schedule. So I'm going to take a caller and we're going to handle some questions from people who are having trouble inside their business.
Cool. I got Juan in California.
I got Juan. Juan, how's everything going today?
Hello?
Hey Juan, what's happening?
It's all good, man.
Hey, let me ask you. Hey, let me ask you this before you get started, man. Are you? Do you have your name in the hat for the $10,000 that Grant's giving away on his Instagram?
No, I do not at this time.
Do you have Instagram?
Definitely got to get on that.
Dude, that's a $10,000 deal, man. What's your average? How much on your deals do you typically make per deal? Hello? Did we lose him? I thought I heard a click there. Maybe that lost him, man. Dude, hey, look, people are running away, man. Dude, they're hanging up. They're like, oh, I don't know why I'm on this phone call right now. I need to get off and get to the Grant Cardone $10,000 deal right now. Okay, so awesome, man. We got another caller? Yeah, let's take the next one.
John in Ohio.
I got John calling in from Ohio. John, what's happening?
What's up? What's up?
What's up, man? Are you in the $10,000 drawing?
I'm in it.
My man. I appreciate that commitment, sir. What can I help you out with?
Man, I'm trying to stay productive. It's not easy.
Yeah, so let me ask you this, man, because we're talking about this topic today about building a power schedule. And I know some of the things that I've had trouble with that like really, you know, I didn't plan on doing throughout the day, but like what's some of the things that you don't plan on that just actually happen throughout the day, but you got to stop to take care of it? Like what are some examples for you?
Little stuff that's pop up with the family.
Yep, little stuff that pops up with the family. I mean, you know, dude, you gotta take care of what happens with your family, man. Dude, you know, you got your brother, man. He needs some help, dude. You got to step aside from what you're doing, man. You didn't plan that. I didn't plan have to help my brother out today because he needed some help. Okay, I didn't plan on. Oh, you know what? Something happened with my grandma. I got to go pick her up. Right? I didn't plan on that, man. So what else? What are some other things other than family? Like, what are some things that really like drop into your day that you never put on your calendar that you didn't plan for?
Like for example, yesterday I had a friend just come right over. You know, I'm in the middle of cold calls, and he just, you know, I guess he had some spare time on his hands. He came over, and I'm like, you know,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Dude, you know what you need to do, dude? You need to smack him. You need to say, hey, bro, you care about my success. Okay? Dude, I got people who try to derail me all the time, you know? I mean, I live here in Miami. You know, there's always people coming in for vacations. They're always like, hey, let's go out here. Let's go out there. Let's do this. Meet me over here. Dude, none of that will ever get me a deal. None of it ever gets me what I want. You know?
Right.
I go there, I have fun for 2 seconds, and then I'm standing there like, dude, what am I doing here? You know? Okay? So let me ask you this, man. When was the last time you actually sat down and said, you know what, dude, I'm going to build a power schedule, man. I know that my day is, I know that I got time. Okay, I know that I have the opportunity. And when was the last time you actually sat down to schedule some real time to say, hey, you know what, dude, here's what my actual day looks like?
To be honest, I can say Sunday.
Okay, good, man. And so since Sunday, how has that changed for you? Just, you did it on Sunday. Okay, you've had 2 days in between, well, 3 almost, 2.5. What has happened since then? Just like with your schedule, what's happened there?
It's better.
Okay, good. You trim some fat? Did
Yeah,
you get it all tightened up?
Oh yeah. I'm looking. I got a 4-pack.
Dude, I love that. I love that, man. Now let's go to this because, you know, I talked about this. Grant uses the statement that, you know, rich people buy time, poor people sell time. So when he says rich people buy time, he's talking about, like, for me, you know, I've got somebody who comes to my house, she cleans everything up. Like, I don't have time to do laundry because I could be doing something that is more productive to me. Like, I don't have time to go mop my floors or spend like 2 hours cleaning because I actually would be more productive doing something over here. Just same thing. I got a guy who washes the car every week. And so for you, like, what are some things that, you know, hey, you know what? I could probably tighten that up a little bit so that way I could produce a little bit more.
I think with my business, I'm a one-man. I do social media marketing.
Okay.
And spend a lot of time sometimes doing graphic design where I could be delegating that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what you want to know is this, man. I mean, dude, you're probably the best guy to be selling. And so for sales managers, for business owners, and even for salespeople, man, pay attention to your time. Your time is valuable, man. Hey, thanks a lot for calling in, man. If I can ever help you out, let me know, all right? So listen, guys, what I want to say is this, is that, look, your time is valuable. And so you're spending the time every single day. Make sure that you actually tighten everything up. So I'm going to give you a good idea. For me, every single day, I wake up early so I can do my training. It's the first thing that I do every single morning. I mean, one of the questions that's asked all the time, hey, when do you do your training? So for me, you know, all types of things happen. You know, I'm driving home, I'm seeing things, you know, walking in my building, there's a leak, there's, you know, this happening, got that happening. Dude, when I wake up in the morning, I want to get my game back on. So in my power schedule, every single day, I've got 30 minutes blocked out every single morning where I wake up, boom, okay? I get up every morning at 5:40, okay? That's what time I get up. Identify when you wake up. Maybe you need to get up earlier, man, I don't know. So wake up, and on your Grant Cardone power schedule, I want you to actually identify, hey, when can I get some training in the morning? That way I'm not going to practice on customers. Now, what happens next is where, you know, I'm going to get something in, man. I'm going to get in a quick little workout. I'm going to get my breakfast in. Then I'm going to go to the office. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to know is that inside Cardone University, there's actually some training on time management at the office. And this is why it's important for you, because this is where most people go to the office every single day and they're just blowing time all day long. They're disengaged. Okay. There's a statistic out there that says 70% of employees are disengaged at all times, which means you got people sitting in your office right now who, you know, they're on Facebook, okay? They might get back re-engaged, but like, how often are those people working? Yeah, they were there for 8 hours, but how much were they actually working? Okay? You know, before this call, man, I sat in here and I messed around, you know, talked to John for like 4 or 5 minutes while he was actually getting things set up. Dude, I was disengaged from my work. You know what I'm saying? So, but that 4 minutes adds up. Okay, because when I do that 4 minutes and all of a sudden it becomes 12 minutes and then all of a sudden that 12 minutes happens 6 times throughout the day, dude, I wasted a complete hour just on little things here and there. And so you got to really pay attention to that. If you want to have a Grant Cardone power schedule, dude, you need to tighten everything up. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to do some homework this week on Cardone University. I want you to go, John's going to show my computer. And inside 100 ways to stay motivated, because you're going to be able to stay motivated if you get more production, right or wrong. Okay, I think we all know the answer to that. You produce more, you're going to feel better. So what I want you to do is I want you to go inside here. Time management, right inside the 100 ways to stay motivated is right here. There is 12 segments. Now managers, what I want you to do is I want you to run one segment every single morning. Okay, when you get inside here, download this full curriculum. Okay, when you download the curriculum, it's going to show you everything inside this entire program. That way you guys all have a check sheet. That way you can hold your people accountable. That way you can help run the meetings with your people. And as you go in here, look, run one of these meetings every single morning. If you're an individual on Cardone University, I want you to pack one of these in every single morning with your daily training. So the first one, day one, we're going to say, look to control time rather than manage it. I want you to pay attention to that quote every single day. Okay, if you guys have a 10X planner, for me, what I do every single morning is in the 10X planner where it actually suggests, hey, write your goals down, write your schedule down, but right here, write your quote of the day down. Look, man, put that in. I'm going to actually put, hey, my quote of the day is look to control time rather than manage it. Dude, I want to control my time throughout the day. So what I want to do is actually pack it in. And this is going to be the exercise for you guys this week. I want you at home right now to write down, identify how much time throughout my day is dedicated towards increasing my business. I'm talking about prospecting. I'm not talking about service right now. I want you to really go back and examine how much time out of my day is dedicated to increasing revenues, right? And I'm not talking about servicing. I'm not talking about doing all the other things that makes the business run, because I want you to be thinking with, dude, I need to be chucking wood on the fire every single day. I need to keep the fires hot, right? And so when you get that, so this is going to actually get you more motivation. I mean, I'm more excited thinking about, okay, well, dude, yeah, look, man, I actually realized why I'm not getting the type of production that I want, because in my calendar, man, I'm actually only doing about an hour of outflow every single day. I know that's not going to equal the type of inflow that I need. Okay. So I'm going to take another caller right now, and then we're going to come back to this, guys. We're going to dig in deep to helping you build a Grant Cardone power schedule. Okay. Next caller. What's happening?
Yeah, Michael in Texas.
Michael, how's it going today?
Hello?
Hey, Michael, what's happening, man? Michael.
Yeah.
What's up, man? You're live into the
live.
305. Got H-Town and 305 working together, man. What's happening? What can I help you out with?
I know you have the Dan Cummins.
Yes, sir. We do.
What do those guys do to sell 50 to 60 cars a month, man?
Per salesperson?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what this guy's referring to is a client of ours that we have. Okay, this client, by the way, they're out of Paris, Kentucky. It's called Dan Cummins Chevrolet, just so everybody on the show knows who we're talking about right now, okay? Legendary group. These guys used to sell 200 cars a month 5 years ago when we started working with them. Today, they sell 700, 800, 900 cars a month, okay? These guys are jam-packed. Now, they got everything on the same page. They got everybody on the same page. So one thing that I'll tell you is this. They came down here to our 10X seminar. All the executives and their team, their ownership said, we need all of our executives at the 10X GrowthCon. They came down. What they wanted to do was actually have all their people train on the Cardone University program. So step one, what they were doing is they built a culture that everybody there is on the exact same page to be pumping and grinding every single day. Now that's step one. So step one is, look, build the culture. Make sure your entire team is on the exact same page as you. So if you're a salesperson who's going to work every single day and you're trying to figure out, dude, why am I not getting the results that I want? Dude, figure out, man, who's not on my same page and who's actually in my environment right now, who's actually disturbing what I'm trying to do right here, because I'm trying to operate at high levels up here. But if you've got people in your environment who are actually dragging you down, this is why relationships fail, because people aren't on the same page. This is why people fall out of groups, because they're not on the same page as everybody else. So what this group here, Dan Cummins, did, they got everybody on the same page. Everybody there is jamming. Okay, they got leads coming in. And then what that actually did for the entire group is everybody's pumped up and motivated to actually sell more. So they started using programs inside Cardone University. I'm going to show John. Okay, I interviewed their top sales guy about 6 months ago. And I called him up. I said, hey, man, you sold 45 cars last month. I want to find out, hey, what did you do that was different? Okay, I already knew what the answer was. Okay, because I would sell 45 cars if I worked at a store. I already knew what the answer was, but he told me, hey, listen, man, dude, I've been buried in that follow-up training. And what he did was this. Number one, he came in and got his head right about follow-up. There were things that maybe most people didn't understand about follow-up. And what I wanted to do was actually teach them all the facts first. So their whole team went through the facts of follow-up, and then they dug into the follow-up basics. So they never moved on from these things right here until everybody was understood. So they knew that 80% of all the deals that weren't going to close at the store were going to happen between the 5th and the 12th follow-up. Now, if 80%, 8 out of 10 people who come to the store that don't close are going to happen between the 5th and the 12th follow-up, the, hey, I'm just checking in, does not work, okay? The, hey, it's Steve over here just giving you a call back. Hey, okay, dude, I don't want to make that call more than 1 or 2 times or even 1 time. And so I stopped doing that. So you got to have a game plan to actually work. Now, the next thing he did was this. They understood, hey, look, let's learn how to use follow-up tools. I do want to have a follow-up game plan, so what would I do? Now, what I'm going to do is actually show you right here. Inside Cardone University, this guy, what he did was he went into how to use follow-up tools. Now, there's 13 different strategies inside here. How to use follow-up tools, okay? Grant actually covers in-depth, deep training on the phone follow-up, the text follow-up, the email, what to say on the handwritten letter, the personal visit, using gimmicks, apology contact, the selfie virtual video, okay? What to do on social media. I'm talking about selling via social media, okay? This isn't a post. This is a follow-up, okay? Using photo images to actually send, to grab somebody's attention. How do I do this and do it quick, fast, to buy time, okay? What do I actually do on a testimonial? These things right here is exactly what he did. So what he would do was go dive into these 13 ways to follow somebody up. And so if you've got an actual bulletproof game plan of 13 ways to follow up versus the, hey, call, okay, who's going to win that deal? And so what happens is that, look, we know that the money is in the marketplace, okay? The money's not, there's always money circulating in the marketplace. There's always buyers in the marketplace, okay? The answer, or the question is this: are you going to be the one to get them? And so that's where your actual salesperson's hat has to come on. So not only that, and I can show you a lot of the follow-up tool for a while, guys, but if you go inside the follow-up tool, I know that was one thing particularly that he was using. Tells you what to do on day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all the way out to an entire year. Because if you want to follow up like that, like a real pro does, dude, you need to have a right game plan. So for most of you who are operating out of CRMs, if you have a CRM, if you're using it, it pops up, says, hey, talked to this guy yesterday, you demoed the product. You're going to need to know what to say to him today. Because you're going to keep calling him up and he's going to say, yeah, hey, no, man, I'm good. Quit giving me the, hey, checking in call, okay? And then what he's going to do is he's going to quit taking your call, okay? Because you're not a pro. And, you're going to lose him at that point rather than actually selling him through the follow-up. Follow-up isn't about nagging somebody, dude. Follow-up is about eliminating any other opportunity for him to do business with somebody else, okay? I'm chucking my pipeline full. That's what the power schedule is about. The power schedule is about, dude, how do I actually identify and increase the percentage of actual time on my calendar that puts me in front of a client? So what I want to do, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about, is identify, hey, look, how much of your schedule per day is actually set aside where, dude, nothing else happens in my day except for prospecting. Now, I want to go back to what I do every single morning. We role play in my office. We discuss the topics that we are training on right now so that we can get a full understanding of it. That way I'm not just turning on a video and not getting anything out of it, man. That way I'm studying in the morning, and then I'm coming to the office and I'm discussing it with my team. And that way I'm getting a full understanding of the deal in case there was something that I missed. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was what Grant was saying right there. Okay. For me, I understand the context. I've been through it a lot. I've used it in the marketplace a lot. And I'm able to relay it to my salespeople who, they might have heard it the first time where they said, okay, well, Grant said to do this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but here's also what he's talking about. You guys will be able to do that as you work together. So do that. Find a partner, man. Find people in your company who you can actually work off of to say, hey, let's actually dive deep into this closing deal. Let's figure out how deep we can get on understanding closing sales. And then let's actually role play closes together. Okay, because I'll tell you this, most salespeople operate off 1 or 2 closes where, dude, there's 150 sitting inside the program that you can actually role play, drill, practice, rehearse. How are you gonna know what to say if you've never practiced it? Okay, so we got more callers. Guys, if you wanna call in 305-865-8668. I'm answering questions today, so who we got?
I got Kira in LA.
Kira? Kira.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, how are you, Kira?
Great, thanks.
Hey, let me ask you this, Kira, before you jump into your question. Do you follow Grant Cardone on Instagram?
I'm not on Instagram.
You're not on Instagram?
No.
It's all right. You can get on today.
Ask her to take you off speaker.
Get on Instagram today?
You can get on Instagram today. If you follow Grant's Instagram, he's giving away $10,000. $10,000. I don't know what you would do with $10,000. I know what I would do with $10,000. But what question can I help you answer today?
Yeah, I work as a consultant for a practice of help them grow their. And I get the objection call like in the greeting that content with the star.
Yep, I missed that last part because it kind of cut out there. I don't know if you're on speaker or not. If you are on speaker, try taking it off that. That might help it out a little bit. But I missed that last part of the question.
Yeah, no problem. So when I cold call CPA practice owners, then I often get the objection that they're content with how things are already in the practice, not looking to grow, but it's sort of a knee-jerk objection because we're just in the first few seconds of the call, so I don't think it's legitimate.
Yeah, no problem. So, in most cases, what happens, guys, is they use that to throw you off because it's a really simple way to say, we already use somebody else just to get off the phone with you. And so in most cases, do we really know that that's the actual objection?
No.
And it's probably not. I mean, let's just be honest about it, right? You call up and you're like, dude, how do you even know? You know what I'm saying? Like my parents used to take me to Applebee's, right? And so anytime I would think about steak, I'd think about going to Applebee's. Well, dude, that was awesome until I found out about Morton's. But I never knew I was interested in Morton's and would have always picked Morton's over Applebee's until I found out about Morton's, right? So how do they actually know that they're not interested or, oh, we already used somebody else, right? So yeah, of course you already used somebody else, man. And you almost want to say, dude, that's why you're on my target, because I get that you use somebody. I'm calling to steal some business right now. So what I want to do is I actually want to get into communication with them. That is the first step. So what Grant talks about in Master the Cold Call, I want you guys to really understand like where he's going with the Master the Cold Call training. So John's going to show just so you guys know where to go on the program. So go inside Master the Cold Call. And this is where most people get caught up. Now, you probably want to hear about the way to handle the objection, but what I would suggest is do this as well. Go to the cold call process. And what you might want to do is train on these 2 categories right here. Okay, I'm gonna, hold on one second. I clicked into it. I want you to actually do this. I want you to train on these 2 categories first. I want you to go to purpose of the cold call, and I want you to go to the greeting. And because this is what every single salesperson in the world should do. So what I want you guys to do is anytime you get caught up in something, I want you to go all the way back to the last time that like things were really going well with the customer. So the last time that she was doing well with the customer was the fact that they didn't hang up on her, right? I mean, they're still on the phone. They didn't hang up on you. So, dude, I was doing well there. I mean, and then the problem happened in the transition from that. And so what I want you to do is I want you to go back, make sure that everything you're doing first is really tight. and really good on the greeting before you jump into, hey, how do I handle objections? Because that is in here. But I would tell you to do this first. So there's actually going to be 3 segments that you really want to train on up front. Number 1, purpose of the cold call. And number 2, the greeting, because that was the last place that things were going well. And so what I want you to do is this: get into communication with them and maybe even use some things that they're telling you. Okay, so she says, okay, yeah, we already used somebody else. Hey, absolutely, I understood you guys used somebody else. What I wanted to do was find out, when you typically look at decisions like this for your company, is that something that you would do, or is that something that John would do? Well, the business owner would look at that. Excellent. Now, if I were to throw my name in the hat to even have a chance to do business with you guys, do you guys look at that annually, or is that something that you would consider doing this quarter? And so what I'm really trying to do at this point is I'm trying to find out, where can I sell them on time to actually look at it? Because sometimes they may even do this. Well, we look at things like that in October. Perfect. I love October. I do a lot of business in October. I can't wait to reach out to you then. Hey, let me ask you this actually. So I got the agreement that, hey, we would consider something later on. I want to get the agreement on time, whether that's time now or, because that is the purpose of the cold call. The purpose of the cold call is so that way I can reach out to somebody. The first sale is time. I need the time. So like for me on my calls, I call up and I say, hey, this is Steve at Grant Cardone's office. Do you have 30 seconds? Okay. Typically they say this. Yeah, what's up? Okay. Dude, I got the first agreement right there. Yeah, so they're like, yeah, I got 30 seconds. Okay. Then I move into my deal. Excellent. Listen, the reason I'm giving you a call is because we got a product. I know you guys use something just like us right now, but what I wanted to do was find out if you'd be open-minded to look at a product that we have that would actually increase revenues for your company even 30% higher than what you're currently doing right now. Okay, would you guys be open-minded to that? Now we're good with what we have. Excellent. Figured that before I gave you a call. Okay, I got to keep a great attitude, positive attitude. Positive attitude. Now what I'm really going to do is I'm going to start getting good at figuring out these other segments inside the program where Grant goes into these categories right here, where Grant talks about, look, quality of fact finding, okay? Or qualify and fact find right here. Qualify and fact find. What questions am I going to ask? How am I going to support my big claim right there? Okay, so what I want to do, I already made the big claim. Hey, I know you guys are doing something else. I'm going to do 30% better than what you're doing right now. Okay, that's a big claim, right? What I want to do is find, and they're just said, no, we're good. Excellent, man. I knew you guys were good. Okay, what I wanted to do was actually just find out, hey, the last time you considered something like this and actually considered a switch, what were you looking for? Well, the last time we did that was when there was a management change. Excellent. How long's the manager been there now? Well, he's been there for 3 years. Good. What's his name? John. Excellent. Listen, what's one problem that John has every single day that if we could solve, he'd give us a couple minutes, right? I need to figure out, hey, listen, there's a deal here, but I need to work it. And so if I'm looking for the low-hanging fruit, then I'm going to get cut off every time. So appreciate that call. Thank you. The other piece, guys, just to finish up on her question, because that was a great question. The last thing that you want to go into, because most people start with the objection. They're like, hey, what do I say right here? Versus going back and fixing what they could have got maybe tightened up. And then what you want to do is you want to go into cold call objections right here down at the bottom. It's inside the cold call. When you click inside cold call, Grant goes into all these different ways to handle objections. Now you want to do the other segments first because you want to go back and figure out, okay, well, what did I do wrong? Okay. And then, by the way, listen, if that ever happens to me ever again, if I ever get another objection like that ever again, like this one right here, already working with another company, okay, what would Grant Cardone say in that time, right? So he's got a great 3-minute clip right here where Grant's going to go through. He's going to be talking about, listen, here's exactly what I would say. This is exactly what I would do. And so that's how you guys want to handle every single thing inside the program. So you want to keep that tight, keep that short. That's why all the videos are all tightened up, and that's why we have a power schedule here at Grant Cardone's office. Okay, we got another caller. I'm gonna answer something from him.
Yeah, I've got Dwight in California.
Who's it?
Dwight.
Dwight, how's it going? Dwight.
Steve?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Dude, I'm doing unbelievable, man. What's happening out in California for you, sir?
Nothing much.
Dude, is that because you got too much white space on your calendar?
That's one of the things, yes.
Let's tighten that up, man. Hey, look, the best thing is that, look, man, is once you've identified that, dude, I got some white space on my freaking calendar, you can start to fill it up, man. So what can I help you out with this week?
So I actually got back on the program about a week or two ago.
Okay, good, man. Welcome back.
Thank you. And I work for AAA.
Okay, good.
Doing like auto and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I've just kind of moved into that a few months ago. And I'm wondering how to differentiate and make myself unique among all the other carriers.
Well, how would you do it? What matters to people in that space?
I think people are getting hammered more and more with saving money.
Okay, other than saving money, what's important in that space?
I have no idea.
This is and so the reason why I brought this up, man, is because this is where most people run into troubles. They don't understand their value add. And this isn't to pick on you, man. I get this almost every single day. I mean, you know, if you were on one of my sales calls right now, dude, I'd bury into you right now and I'd say, dude, you don't understand your product right now. We need to go back to step one.
Yeah.
And we need to identify, like, dude, what's the value add here in our company? Like, what do we do? You know, because otherwise, if you agree with the fact that, you know, in this space, especially the insurance people that I talk to, they all, you know, they've got this feeling of like, well, people are just shopping rates and numbers because they never got themselves connected to like what the core, you know, purpose and value adds were for that company. Dude, it's not it's not just there's something that AAA does that's kept. How long has AAA been in business?
115 years.
115 years. Dude, there is something that you have to be doing right to be in business 115 years, okay? So I don't know what that is. That's going to be important for you to know. And so for you guys at home, you know, figure out what's about your business. Now, what I would do is I would do this. In our office, we look at success stories every single morning, okay? I got these floating around every single morning because I need to know what people are saying about my product. So
okay.
let me ask you this, man. The last time you talked to one of your clients who had a good experience, what'd they tell you? Like, what was the good experience that they had?
So I just started doing this as well, just to kind of get, you know, people's thoughts on it.
Okay.
And from what I'm gathering, I'm kind of noticing a few common themes. One, they trust AAA. Two, it's kind of like family to them. And their families had it in the past.
Families had it in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, dude. Okay, good. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand. Most people in sales, they're looking for testimonials to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to send that out because that's for my customers. No, it is for you. The testimonial is for you first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have John, look, one of the first things that Grant talks about, inside selling basics. The very first thing, look, the most important sale is right here. Learn how to get sold, stay sold, and make the sale, right? So as you go inside this part of the program, Grant's actually in here telling you, hey, listen, here's what the most important sale is for you. And so for my guy right here who's calling in from Cali, his biggest problem is that he's missing something in the most important sale, which is the one to himself. And I'll be honest, like I talk to salespeople every single day, dude, they need to figure out, if you work at a furniture store, dude, you need to figure out why your furniture is better than everybody else that's out there. The way you do that is talk to the people who have done business with you. Call up your current clients, man, ask them, hey, what do you like best about my product? Okay, good, right? You know what? Well, man, we trust you. You guys are a recognized name. Excellent. What else? Okay. You know what? Well, my family had you. Good. Okay. Now that I've actually collected the data, guess what I'm going to use in my pitch? Hey, listen, sir, I understand you probably want to check your rates. You know, in insurance, that's always something that's going to be an important decision for somebody. But let me tell you why our clients do business with us over any other insurance company out there. It's first and foremost, they trust us. Okay. AAA is a company that's been around for 115 years doing things right. Okay. And in most cases, a lot of our clients, their families have had it. They've had our services throughout their family for years. Has anybody in your family had this? Oh yeah, no, you know what? You know what? No, my parents did actually. Yeah, they did. Oh, okay, good, man. Well, hey, you know, did your parents do well? I'm sure you probably trust their decision. Listen, other than you need to check around, would there be any other reason why you wouldn't do this with us? Now, man, I just want to check around. Excellent. Let me ask you, what's going to be the most important thing to you when you're checking rates and you're actually checking for an insurance provider? Are you buying solely on price or are you buying on value? Well, man, I want to buy on value, of course. I definitely want to buy on value. Excellent. That's why for 115 years, people have been buying from AAA because our company, okay, people trust us. They trust us because we're the company that has been in we are the brand. I mean, you heard AAA before you got here today, right? Oh yeah, no, I've heard AAA for years. Excellent. Well, listen, I apologize we haven't done business with you up until now. That's our fault, not yours. So I'm just excited we got to this point. So what do you say? Okay. Have you seen enough to make a decision? Okay, dude, I'm going to my deal like that, right? So, but first you got to go back and you got to know, man. So start by calling your clients and asking them, hey, dude, what do you guys like about our services? All right, guys, listen, today we talked about the power schedule. If you want to get more information on the power schedule, Google Grant Cardone power schedule. You're going to find a couple different ways not to waste time, okay? Pack your schedule full, jam tight. I'm talking about find out what percentage of your calendar puts you in front of clients. Okay, I'm going to tell you that again. I said it 3 or 4 times throughout the show. Find out what percentage of your calendar puts you in front of clients, okay? And know that, look, that's the way that you keep growing your business, okay? And if you got salespeople, you need to figure out, look, how many of them need the right information to get in front of customers every single day? So we come here to help you out every single Wednesday. This is the Cardone University Mastermind. I appreciate you guys being on. Hey, go over to Grant Cardone's Instagram, okay? He's giving away $10,000, okay? He's giving away $10,000 on his Instagram. But if you're not on Instagram, man, you're probably not going to get the 10,000. So get over there at Grant Cardone. And if you guys have any questions, look, we're going to be here next Wednesday. Call back in so we can help you out. Appreciate you guys being here. You guys have a good week. We'll talk to you next week.